in the book of Proverbs, giving honor and praise unto Yah, the creator and the maker of heaven and earth. Proverbs 8 verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things desirable are not to be compared unto her. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of devices. The fear of Yahweh, of Yahweh, is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way. In a forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding, power is mine. Wisdom is saying what? That she is better than rubies. Rubies is a mineral that comes out of the earth. You understand? And the people use it as jewelry and so forth. And all things desirable, spouses, jewelry, money, fame, fortune, and all things desirable are not to be compared unto her. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of devices. The fear of Yahweh, of Yahweh, is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way. In a forward mouth do I hate. Let's understand this verse right here. The fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way. See? Larger, smaller. Still saying the same thing. Now let's go into the Hebrew. It says what? Yirat Yahovah. Sinot ra. Ge'a wagaon. Waderek ra. Upi. Tafukot. Saneti. So let's understand and expound upon this right here. It says what? Yirat. The fear of, the respect of, from the Hebrew root word yareh, which means to respect or to hold in admiration or to honor to a great extent. Yirat Yah, the respect or the fear of the Most High. This is not the same word pakad, meaning fear like you were scared of something. Yirat Yah, the fear of the Most High. Because remember, the righteous fear the Most High, the wicked are afraid of the Most High. So let that be noted, right? It says what? Yirat Yahovah, the fear of the Most High. Sinot ara is the hatred of evil. Ge'a wegaon, pride and arrogancy. Gaon, the same word that they use for rabbinic sage. All right, let's move on. Waderek ra, in the way or in the path of evil. Upi tafukot, in the mouth of perversity. Saneti, I hate. So that right there is something to be noted and understood. Now back to verse 13 over here. It says the fear of the Most High is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy in the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. What is this saying, brothers and sisters? Emphatically is what? That it is basically and actually 100% impossible to be a representative of the Most High and you have pride, an arrogant spirit, and your ways are evil. Evil is the opposite of good. You understand? So that's something to be noted and understood. Now let's understand one thing that is evil. Let's understand this, that the Most High, let's go to Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16, right? Says this. These are 6 things with Yahweh hates. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked thoughts, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So, if you know good and well that you see brethren coming together in unity, and you are sowing discord within that, that's a wicked thing to do, brothers and sisters. You don't do that. You understand? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 in the Apocrypha. We read this. Every friend saith, I am a friend also, but there is a friend which is only a friend in name. It is not a grief unto death. When a companion and a friend is turned to an enemy, O wicked imagination, whence camest thou in to cover the earth with deceit? There is a companion which rejoiceth in the prosperity of a friend, but in a time of trouble will be against him. There is a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly, and taketh up the buckler against the enemy. Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches. When you sitting up there and you getting your popularity and you getting it, as the saying goes, don't forget those who were there for you when you didn't have it. There is a friend that is a friend, and then there is a friend that's only a name. That's the person who will sit there and leave you stranded and having you looking like a fool when you need to get something done. That's not a friend in heart. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 verse 1 in the Apocrypha, and it reads as follows. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that hath a double tongue. So you cannot, brothers and sisters, sit there and accept the praise from brothers and sistren that you take as friends and then turn around on them same people when you get your riches, as it says in Ecclesiasticus 37. When your popularity is known and people start feeling you and praising you and sharing your information and loving you and so forth and so on, don't turn on them and then sit there and say, well, you know what, we already had a disagreement from before. Because you wasn't thinking about that disagreement when you accepted their funds, when you accepted their praises, when you accepted their congratulations towards you. You bigged them up, they bigged you up. And I'm talking in general, so don't sit there and think anything different, brothers and sisters, because I am not perfect myself. But what I am saying, once it comes right down into it, is there is a friend that is a friend, and then there's a friend that's only a friend in name. And you do not sit there and defecate on your friends. You do not sit there and not deal appropriate with your friends. So when you go in, brothers and sisters, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and it says in verse 18 or 19, that one of the things that the Most High hates is he who sows discord among brethren. How in the world, let's be raw on this, if the brothers who are Tanakh base are correct, or if the brothers who are Messianic are correct, how in the world can that ever be found out by the other side if you got people in that circle cause a discord among the brethren? That ain't going to happen. So deep down, truth be told, you got the brothers who are Tanakh based, then you got the brothers who are Bible or based or Messianic orientated, and deep down, each side wants the other one to agree and understand 100% what the other side, quote unquote, the other side is saying. People ain't saying it, but deep down, that's what it is. If all Tanakh brothers and sisters were to become what you call Messianic, or vice versa, the other side will be like, yes, we have done our duty and everything is cool, and now we can sit there and be 100% in focus. Deep down, that's what it is. Now, until that time happens, how is it that you're going to see brethren and sistren together in unity, chilling with each other, loving upon one another in respect, you understand, and having a common denominator, which is the Torah, then how you going to sit there and try to sow discord within that? You understand? What do I mean a common denominator within the Torah? If I see a person who is quote unquote Messianic, I know good and well that I can trust the food that he or she is going to give me, and vice versa. You understand? I can trust a brother who happens to be quote unquote Messianic if he happens for whatever reason to be alone wherever they may be in the company of him and my lady or him and my spouse. Because I know that you know thou should not commit adultery. So I know I ain't got to worry about something of that sort. Like it says in the book of Proverbs, it says concerning a man who has a good woman, his heart trusts safely in her. And he ain't got to sit there and worry about what you doing, what's going on. You understand? She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. Meaning that you ain't got a trick. You ain't got a thought. You ain't got a Jezebel. You don't have a jump off. That's what that right there in layman terms is talking about. But back, brothers and sisters, to the subject matter at hand. You understand, and I apologize for the moving of the camera in my speech. But what I am saying and presenting this right here, once again, it emphatically says the fear or the respect of the Most High is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy in the evil way. In a froward mouth do I hate. Brothers and sisters, Israel, or as some might say, Yashra'Allah, is going to come together with or without us. With our generation or without our generation. It's already prophesied. You see, like I was speaking about before, on the Maccabees TV, when the Most High told the prophet Yechezkel or Ezekiel, take one stick and write upon it Ephraim, and take the other stick and write upon it Yahudah, and the two sticks shall become one in thine hand. And that the Most High will set one shepherd over the house of Yisrael, and that the children of Yisrael will be redeemed from the land of the captivity. That is called the land of the graves in Ezekiel 37, and will be given clean water and be returned back to their land. That's already prophesied. That is before any camp that ever been established in the Western Hemisphere was already spoken about. When the children of Israel left out of the land of Egypt, the Most High stated after a while that the generation that first came up out shall die in the wilderness, and that the generation that is to come after them will inherit the land. Well, if we don't get it together, brothers and sisters, and I'm not trying to play prophet or anything of that sort, the generation that first came before me in the knowledge of Israel, many of them are gone. You understand? So now we in a new generation, and now many of us in our 30s now have children. So now that's another generation coming up. Are we going to sit there and allow another generation to go through the camp drama, the camp wars, the camp beef, the ideology beef, the I think this means this and I think this means that, so therefore I now can no longer speak with you, as opposed to saying, let's come as brethren and sistren and discuss the matter as a nation of people, the Most High, the King of heaven and earth, the giver and taker of life. He said, come and reason with me. Let us reason together, O house of Yisrael. That's in the scriptures. That's in Isaiah. The Most High is saying to the children of Israel, let us reason together. But we think in our camps that, well, I ain't going to reason with you because I disagree with you. So how you ever going to sit there and come to an understanding, and we all under the Most High? This is why he's called the Most High, and we're under Takat Yod He Wahe. We are under Yah. So therefore, we have to know our humility and our stance, and know that we are, as the book of Yeshayahu or Isaiah says, thou worm Jacob. That's in Isaiah chapter 40 or Isaiah 41. The Most High called Israel a stubborn heifer. An ox was the comparison to the house of Jacob. And the worm was a comparison to the house of Jacob. But as it says in Deuteronomy, but Yashurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art grown fat, thou art grown slick, and did not be mindful of the one who begot you. You forgot Yah, the creator of heaven and earth, over your camp. You forgot Yah by defecating on your brethren and sistren. You forgot Yah by running to somebody who don't care nothing about Israelites to try to slander Israelites' name. That's wickedness, man. So Israel's going to come back with or without us. The word of the Most High is going to be established. Stop promoting people who don't have humility as a representative, because that person, male or female alike, is not representing for the Most High. Shalom. Good night.